Hi, scholars! We are going to find the evidence for who, what, when, where, why after we read an article on Oktoberfest. I am going to model this first one for you so that you can practice after me. Oktoberfest. The city of Munich, Germany, has hosted a huge annual festival called Oktoberfest for over 200 years. While other cities worldwide now hold similar fairs, Munich's Oktoberfest lasts for 16 days in late September and early October, drawing over 6 million people from around the world. Oktoberfest began as a celebration of Crown Prince Ludwig's marriage to Princess Therese on October 12, 1810. Munich citizens were invited to join the festivities in large fields named Theresienwiese, Theresa's Meadow in German. The event ended with horse races. The races were so popular the royal family decided to repeat the tradition the following year. Oktoberfest has occurred nearly every year since. Today, Oktoberfest begins with 8,000 people marching together through Munich city center to arrive at the festival. Visitors to today's Oktoberfest enjoy amusement, rides, games, traditional music, and classic Bavarian food, including sausage, pretzels, dumplings, and sauerkraut. Through Oktoberfest, people from Germany and nearby countries proudly celebrate their history and traditions. Okay, now I need to answer the questions. The first one says, after whom is the meadow named? And it wants me to highlight in blue. So I'm going to go to my highlight tool. I'm going to select blue. And I'm going to maybe make my highlighter a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to come over here. I remember being on Princess Therese because it says the large field is named Theresienwiese or Theresa's Meadow. That's after the princess. I also want to make sure that I'm writing my answer. So I'm just going to pull a text box over here and I'm going to type Princess Therese. And if I don't know how to spell that, I'm lucky that it's right there in the text. I'm also going to I wanted to, let me see. Okay, second question. What are 3 examples of Bavarian food? And it wants me to highlight in yellow. So let's go back in the text to find 3 examples of Bavarian food. I remember that being talked about at the bottom. It says Bavarian food. It says that that's something that's enjoyed at the Oktoberfest. It includes sausage, well, that's one type. Pretzels, that's a second type. And dumplings. So I've identified 3 examples, but I also want to type that so that the teacher knows what I think. So I'm going to write sausage, pretzels, and dumplings. I'm making it smaller. There we go. Okay, 3. Where does Oktoberfest take place? I need to put that in red. So let me find red. And let me go back in the text to figure out where Oktoberfest takes place. Let's see. It says that in the beginning. It says the city of Munich, Germany has hosted a huge annual festival called Oktoberfest. And as you know, I'm going to also type that response beside the question. Munich, Germany, just as it's spelled in the text. Number 4, why were the horse races repeated? It wants me to use purple. I don't have purple, so I'm just going to pick a different color I haven't used. I'm going to go with this brown color. And I need to figure out why were the horse races repeated? Well, right here it says the event ended with horse races. The races were so popular, the royal family decided to repeat. So it says why, and it says right here, the races were so popular. That's why they repeated it. So I'm also going to answer the question beside the text and put, because the races were popular. How many people attend Oktoberfest? In green. Well, I know there's a green, so let me select the green highlighter and go back to the first paragraph. I wonder if it says it there. Munich's Oktoberfest lasts for 16 days in late September and early October, drawing over 6 million people from around the world. So I know the answer is 6 million people, and I just want to write that beside the question too. Okay, one more question. When did Oktoberfest begin? And it wants me to use orange, so I find the orange highlighter. When did Oktoberfest begin? Well, it says here at the beginning that it was hosted a huge annual festival called Oktoberfest for over 200 years. And then in the second paragraph, it says Oktoberfest began based off a marriage that happened on October 12th, 1810. Okay, so that is my answer, and I also want to type it. October 12th, 1810. So that was almost 200 years ago. It's actually 210 years ago for us. And that is how we will highlight our answers in the text with different colors and type our answers. And now it's your turn to get to try.